In this video, I will show you how to get any pal you desire to have max IVs with perfect passive skills and any active skills like the Holy Burst onto other pals to create the ultimate pal. I will be going for German Tide Ignis as it can defeat both the raid bosses. To pass down active skills onto desired passives and max IVs, you will want to capture a pair of pals with no unwanted passive skills. I want to pass down Holy Burst, so I need to capture a bunch of Yakumos. From them pals, you want to breed them together until you obtain a pal with your desired active skill at level 1 with no unwanted passives. To make this easier, you can use a Yakumo with all the passives you need. I have a bunch of Yakumos for different types of jobs. I have one for movement, dungeons, base work with movement, night and day workers, all variant fighters, and element fighters. This is very useful as it allows me to easily obtain any pal I want with the correct passives needed. When you obtain the pal you need, make sure you never level up this pal as it will gain more active skills which will decrease your chances of passing on your desired skills in the future. Now you have a level 1 with the active skill you want. You can crossbreed it with other pals to have other pals with that skill. There is a link in the bio to this website that allows you to see all the pals pairings so you know which pals you need. Make sure to get level 1s of the pals in the breeding chain to reduce the amount of active skills. When you have the pal you desire, make sure it doesn't have any unwanted passives and is level 1 with the active skill of your choice. Now you have finished the active skills section, put the pal to favorites as it's time to move on to max IVs. When it comes to obtaining max IVs, you can equip your ability glasses to see which pals you want to capture. Alpha pals have a higher chance of spawning with max IVs, so if you have an alpha variant, you'll want to capture them. If you don't have an alpha variant, just fly in and out of the area to reset the spawns, grabbing max IVs for attack, defense, and health. You will want to breed these together until you obtain a pal with all three max IVs and no unwanted passive skills. You can use a Yakumo to help you obtain the passives you need. As you breed, you will obtain better pals, which you can swap around to increase your chances of obtaining the pal you want. For example, I will swap my females around to increase my chances of obtaining Musclehead and Impatient. You will also want to use dog coins to help your nearly perfect pals become perfect. The best way to obtain dog coins is to travel to this location and use a cactus to increase your dog coins drops. But cactus has to be max condensed to make a difference. Dog coins spawn where any pal can spawn, and as there is so many spawning points in this location, all you have to do is travel back and forth across the lava, resetting all the spawns. Now, we just need to collect all the passive skills. There are a few ways to obtain all the passive skills, but the easiest way is to have a Yakumo with the passive skills you need and go capture a bunch of that pal until you have all the passives. Yakumo can't get lucky, legend, or any of the elemental passives, for example, Earth Emperor. Without Yakumo, you will have to capture a load of pals until you have all the passive skills, which could take a while as you'll have to breed a bunch of unwanted passives, making the breeding process take much longer. If you already have a pal with max IVs or passives, you can crossbreed them for future pals, which will save you a lot of time. But for this video, I'm doing everything from scratch for the people who haven't obtained max pals yet. With that being said, to get the legend passive, you will have to crossbreed it from one of the legendaries. You can use the website from earlier to see which pals you will need. You want to get a pal with only the legend passive. Go ahead and breed the pals together until you obtain a pal with all four correct passives. Now you can breed the max IVs with the desired active skill until you have a fully maxed pal with the active skill. Then you can breed the new pal with the four correct passives. You will want to do this until you have a pair of breeding pals. So that's either 2-2 or 3-1 when it comes to the passives, as they are the best combinations. The parents will also want max IVs and the active skill to increase the chances of inheriting them. You will have a 10% chance to obtain all 4 passive skills and around 20% to obtain all the IVs, making it around 1 in every 50 to obtain all the passives with max IVs. This number will be slightly increased as we're also going for Holy Burst, but since both parents are level 1 with Holy Burst, the chances are quite high. You will also get a bunch of pals that you can use to have more breeders, making the process much faster at obtaining more max pals. If you're crazy like me, you can try and get only alpha pals as they have 20% more health than regular pals. If you're not going for alpha pals, the process is much shorter, as by the time you've max condensed a pal, you will obtain another maxed out pal with a bunch of nearly maxed out pals. For players at the endgame, you can farm Bellinor Libero and Blazamut Ryu for a skill fruit, but if you can defeat Blazamut Ryu Ultra, he will drop 2 at a time. I hope I managed to explain how to combine all the 3 steps well, as this can be complicated for people who have never done it before. I have another video in the description on breeding if you're wondering how to get a supply of cakes and other breeding tips. If you know an easier way to combining all the 3 steps, let me know in the comments below and I will be glad to create a newer version. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, drop a like, comment, and subscribe to help me reach my goals.